What's up YouTube, and welcome back to another Medieval Dynasty guide. Today I wanted to take some time to discuss all animals, hunting them, and their locations as well. If you find this video helpful in any way and would like to show your support, drop a like and hit that subscribe button to help reach our goal of 10,000 amazing subscribers. Now let's get started. Alright, so let's kick this off with talking about what animals you can hunt in some of their locations. First, we start with rabbits, which appear to be the most common animal next to deer or foxes. Rabbits are very small and therefore hard to see, but they are also very easy to kill. Typically, an arrow to the head or a good powerful spear throw is enough to take one down. Rabbits can reward leather, fur, and meat at 1 each per kill, and then rabbits can also be captured in rabbit traps, which happens usually twice a day and is what I would definitely recommend if you're hunting them for meat or for fur alone. Moving on to birds, birds at the moment cannot be manually hunted, which would be an amazing concept, but have to be caught in bird traps that you can craft with rock and stone. The birds will give you meat and feathers if you need those for whatever reason, and it would be great if we could hunt birds in trees and have some sort of catalog of birds to hunt, such as hawks, eagles, and so forth. So if any devs are watching this video, just passing along some pretty interesting suggestions here if you need them. Following birds are rats, which again can only be caught in rat traps. Similar to birds, the rats reward meat, and that's generally about it. It would be great to actually hunt down the rats invading our food storage and use some poison to do so, but then we go down the road of alchemy and this turns from Medieval Dynasty into Skyrim, but who knows, at this point rats are just rats at the moment. Next are foxes. Foxes are definitely easier to see because of their color and typically hang around in groups of 3 to 4, which makes them ideal for increasing your hunting skills and for quick meat, fur, or leather. Unlike the rabbits, foxes' movement is very sporadic and all over the place, making them very hard to hit with a spear if you are chasing them, not to mention their size of course as well. Foxes, just like rabbits, are pretty common to find, and when you do, you will definitely be able to tell just by the weird sound that they make in the game. Moving on to deer. Deer are extremely common as well in this game. However, in my personal opinion, do not make for good hunting targets for beginners or for those that do not have a bow or a crossbow. Chasing them is almost impossible, and it could take anywhere from 3 to 4 arrows or 3 to 4 spears before they are even taken down. They do, however, net you a decent amount of meat and leather when killed, but in my opinion are just not worth it for beginners. Focus on rabbits and foxes or pig instead. Now, speaking of boar, let's talk about wild boars that you will randomly run into and completely scare the piss out of you. For some reason, these boars are the stealthiest animals in the game I have seen besides wolves, but at least the wolves will howl and you'll definitely know that they're there. Also, when they howl, they do give you a 3 to 4 second kind of wait time before they start to attack, so at least you can make some distance between them. Wild boar are very good for beginners as they can net a lot of meat and leather and are very easy to kill. Because they are so slow, you can easily walk or run away, turn around, and then use your bow or your spear. Not to mention, one spear to the head typically takes them down. Unfortunately, wild boars only roam around in packs of 2 that I have seen and are not as common in the world as foxes or rabbits. Now let's discuss the wolves. The wolves are probably the most annoying animal in the game next to deer, but are great for gathering resources because there are typically 3 to 4 around the same area. Unfortunately, wolves don't care how much stamina you have, they will continuously attack and are pretty relentless. Wolves are pretty common for quests where villagers say they will need help from terrifying beasts at night. Wolves take about 1 or 2 spears or arrows to the head to kill, which isn't that bad, but they quickly will down your health, so when hunting, make sure you have some broadleaf plantains on hand just in case. Also, wolves are not as common as well, so here are some areas you can find them in if you decide to hunt them. Moving on to bigger targets, we can talk a little bit about the bison in the game. These are very, very large animals that are not so common in the game. Typically when you find them, you will find 1 or 2 kind of just roaming around, and they are aggressive. However, they are great to hunt because they give you lots of meat and leather. For starters, here is a list of known bison locations so far in Medieval Dynasty. As you can see, there aren't very many at all. The bison are aggressive, like I said, and will attack if you are too close, but are easily killed with usually 1 or 2 spears or arrows to the head. Not to mention they are huge targets, so you really shouldn't be missing them at all. If you are, I think you need to practice some of your aiming. Last but not least is the most underwhelming animal of them all, and that is the big bad bear. Now, unfortunately, you would assume that bears are very tough to beat, require iron weapons and not stone, and put up one hell of a fight, but for some reason are soft practice dummies for hunters. Bears typically gather in groups of 2 or 3 and are pretty hard to find, so here are some locations known so far. I personally found it very disappointing that the bears are easy to kill and usually take 2 spears or arrows to the head and are extremely slow. Although you can sneak up on them, there is no need to do so because again, they are slow and die rather quickly. Also, it would have been amazing to hunt bears that are difficult, but can give you things like bear teeth, claws, and bear specific material to make bear specific clothing, but that's just not the case, or at least that's not the case yet. Either way, bears are great for gathering meat and fur, as you can walk away with quite a bit if you are farming those before winter or for food. Alright everyone, so that was a simple animal guide for locations and hunting. I do plan on releasing some hunting tips for you guys very soon, so just be on the lookout for those. I do hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, drop a like and subscribe to help reach our goal of that 10,000 subscriber mark. We have plenty more guides and tips for Medieval Dynasty and other games coming very soon, so be on the lookout for those. Thanks for watching everyone, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.